Y'all voted, so here we are. We've got white on white on white. So let's check it out. Look, I get it. We're super trendy, on fleek, with a bunch of riz when it comes to style, and that's all thanks to the Machine 56 and their lightweight waterproof jackets. From the makers of the viral helmet mask that we featured previously, the jackets look just as cool. Thankfully, they're also pretty functional too, with my favorite being these giant pockets on both sides, easily carrying your phone, a full switch, pouches, and yeah, even a full box of blind box toys. Speaking of which, would only be right if we opened one up and wha-bam. I have no idea who or what this is, but don't worry, we've got a pocket inside the jacket for this little guy too. Seriously, it's hard to find a jacket this sleek, yet can hold a whole damn iPad inside. Plus, they utilize waterproof zippers too, which not only makes it look more premium, they actually work in keeping your gear dry as well. Some other details include things like this shoulder pad pouch, which feels like a knight's armor, but the pop of color is nice and it has a pocket like a tiny shoulder pouch. However, the real value is in the overall design, and it goes hard. The matte black on white is a win for me, and the font choice is definitely some sort of alien language, plus there's a bottom cinch to keep the wind out. All in all, a whiteout jacket design that you probably won't find anywhere else. The perfect iPhone stand doesn't exist until now, because this stand basically becomes invisible when attached to your phone, yet can still perform like it's a professional tripod, as it can do this. Well, bam! Using the magic of origami and a little bit of creativity, the Snap Invisible Tripod Stand raises your phone up about 8 inches for an instantly better viewing experience. Great for video calls, watching your midnight hands-free videos, or my favorite, the perfect POV angle. It's all made possible thanks to this metal hinge they use, which sounds intense because it is. Passing my scientific poke test without falling over or changing its angle, but still be able to hang at angles all the way down low to way up high without tipping over whatsoever, which means it can double as a comfortable vlogging tripod too, but being able to view your phone at any angle or orientation, which means the possibilities are endless. Perfect if you're just watching a video, or even if you need to capture some footage on the fly. But for the serious creators, it can also double as a hard drive mount and tripod, so you've got everything you need to film that hour-long mukbang that you've been dreaming of. Plus, after all that, folded away, you barely notice it's there, with no issues sliding in and out of pockets either. So whether it's watching, creating, or just having somewhere to dock your phone, the Snap Invisible Tripod is like the Swiss Army knife of iPhone accessories. But if you want to complete the ultimate whiteout iPhone collection, they've also got a case, battery, and MagSafe wallet too, all of which in their new MOFT vegan leather finish. What they consider the perfect balance between aesthetics and sustainability. I know white and leather is a tough style to pull off, but at least they ensure it can handle your finger oils, scratches, and even through our coffee taste test, all with just a simple wipe down. A game changer for the clumsy folks out there. So whether you want an extra boost for the day, minimize your wallet, or securely carry your phone around, MOFT has an accessory for it all. Links and details down below. For all the gamers out there, this is what I consider the ultimate Nintendo Switch accessory, because this Plenbo G case has every accessory you need built in to level up your gaming experience, from added grips to an external battery pack and a built-in stand that passes my scientific poke test. The best part though are the controller docks. They're removable with a simple slide and can join together to create a separate Joy-Con grip. Perfect if you prefer their ergonomic designs, which I would buy for this feature alone, as my personal preference is this thicker one with a finger rest on top, pairing perfectly with my lazy playstyle, but just because, wha-bam, game card storage underneath. Now that's just smart design. There are 3 styles of grips to choose from with different textures and heights, all easily sliding on and off on the fly, and it most definitely feels better than the stock Joy-Con handles thanks to the extra girth. Now up front, the design does look a little naked, but if you can get over that, the convenience of having them built into the case where they are magnetically held into place securely and passes my scientific shake test too, you basically don't have to carry around any other accessories separately. Now design wise, it's got you beat on that. Almost like it's from from the future, which also explains the external battery docked magnetically too. I'm a huge fan of the matte white finish and overall cybertech vibes, but if you're the type to carry a battery around with you already, well, this one has a USB-C port and 5,000 milliamps to go around. However, when paired with the Switch, there's no extra cables or chargers required. It all clicks into place and magnetically aligns itself. I've got the Bluetooth version here, which offers low latency listening. Not that it'll make you any better in Smash, or in my case, help you beat me in Tetris, because that's never happening. But you can go ham and complete the bundle with their dedicated carrying case too. Everything is velcroed into their specific slots, and you can even carry additional battery packs too, so you will always have an excuse to never have to socialize. I'm so happy I found this fidget toy. It's super affordable, easy to carry, and an easy conversation starter for anyone born in the late 1900s. They 3D print these gray cases that match the classic Game Boy and use aftermarket buttons that look identical to the real deal. But when you push down on it, oh man, does it feel good. Because when all you had were 2 buttons and a joypad to complete a whole game, it just hits different. There are a few models, one with the joypad on the opposite side, a slimmer version without that, but my favorite is the AirTag holder. Killing 2 birds with 1 potato. I never liked carrying an AirTag as it felt like a waste of space, but now I carry this combo on my keychain at all times, so I can ensure I've always got something to fidget with. And for the stressed and anxious folks, you know how clutch that is. Plus, for being 3D printed, they're surprisingly durable, and obviously a total babe magnet when they find out how fast you are with your fingers. We featured these before, but wanted to share again, as I still use them on a daily basis, thanks to it solving my one gripe with AirPods. The Spigen LockFit M is essentially a door for your AirPods. Don't get me wrong, right off the bat, if you drop these bad boys from the top of the Eiffel Tower, they will probably still pop open. But when tossing them on the daily onto a table, into my pockets, or just being knocked around, these stay shut even through my scientific smack test. They barely add any bulk, slides comfortably into my pockets, and is the perfect middle ground for anyone who doesn't like using a case for their AirPods. Now that old school retro gaming is making a comeback, what's more classic than a deck of cards for some Big Two, Solitaire, or my favorite, Goldfish? Or is it Go Fish? So while a regular deck of cards can feel like carrying around a second wallet, the Air Deck solves that by, well, cutting it in half. Not only that, they use plastic cards, so you don't have to worry about actually playing with them, shuffling, dealing, or even tossing them around, but also still feel like the real deal, look like the real deal, and bonus points can be washed too, especially after an intense game of Crazy Eights. There's no fear of bending or denting any corners either, but the included box does feel pretty sturdy too. They're the only playing cards that I would comfortably carry in my front pocket, but will also fit as a perfect travel accessory too, or really just in any tiny hole that you've got available. Visually, they're the same height as the real deal, so they're actually usable, but just a little less wide. And they're also available in multiple colors and designs too. For those that hate using a case but still want to keep your devices clean, you probably have an OCD problem like myself. Thankfully, there's dbrand, which I've used on almost all my devices, the simple matte black being my favorite, and installed for over several months now. It hasn't frayed, scratched, or lifted on its own. I know, because trying to remove this was a workout on its own. However, when you do manage to gain 5 pounds of muscle, the high-end 3M vinyl they use doesn't leave any stains or residue. So perfect as we pair it with their new designs, the X-Ray Special Drop in collaboration with Jerry Rig Everything, which is similar to their Teardown but way cooler in my opinion, because not only does it take special machinery to achieve this level of detail, installation is easy but does require a little hand-eye coordination, but once it's on, the edges match perfectly, and come on. If this doesn't scream the perfect whiteout finish, I'm not sure what does, because the matte white finish feels great in the hand, perfect for any palm sweaters because it wipes away easily, but also combines easily with any magnetic folio sleeves as it's thin enough to not block any connections, plus with a little pop of color where it sticks out. Every device has its own unique design as it's their own internals, but the best part is it's a buy one get one type of deal, since they also include the opposite dark skins with every order too. Perfect if you have friends, but if not, makes for a great company Secret Santa gift too. Obviously, if this doesn't fit your style, they've got a bunch of others to choose from too, as they are known as a skin brand after all. So are you team case or team caseless? Comment down below. I get it. you want to stay hydrated for health, but water bottles are notoriously annoying to carry around. Thankfully, there's memobottle. And while you're probably paying a little more for our brand name, it's the fanciest flat water bottle that we've tested so far. This is their new stainless steel model, but they also have clear plastic ones available as well, but this is half the thickness of a standard bottle, and more importantly, sits properly in any pocket, bag, and even in the hand. Now, although it is metal, it isn't double walled, so I don't recommend anything hot, but the lid is rubber sealed, and I've had no issues with leakage as well. They're durable, look sophisticated, and the A6 model here can store about as much as a regular plastic bottle of water. That means I'm not afraid to take it out and fill it up on the go, as it's probably seen some better days, but has held up even with its white coat of paint really well so far. There hasn't been any funky taste yet, and you're better off using a pill bottle cleaner as it's pretty tough to get inside, so you'll have to weigh in whether the convenience on the go is worth the hassle when you're trying to clean it back home. The fact that I know it'll sit exactly where I left it is worth it to me. No rolling around or knocking it over by accident. But even if I did, I trust the stainless steel model to hold their ground and probably dent my floor instead. Finding a white pouch is hard enough, but finding one that can expand, uses magnets, and washes easily is like pulling a hollow Charizard on your first try. The Evergoods Access pouch is rated at 1 liter, which doesn't sound like a lot until you start packing it inside. This one specifically using an undyed nylon, so it keeps its original white look, but it still utilizes mesh pockets, YKK zippers, and all the durability benefits of this tough nylon fabric. Plus, they've managed to still offer organization inside it as well, with sleeves separating your goods on one side that's designed to push outwards so everything sits flat internally, and then stitch pockets on the opposite end. Great to keep smaller items from flip-flopping around, and when it's all packed in for 1 liter, it feels like it can hold more than most of my other pouches are able to. I'm a fan of the taco shell design with a handle strap because why not? And obviously water resistant too, as you can visually see the water beads slide right off. Great, especially considering the white will need a wipe down every so often. When not in use, it sits flat, making it easy to store away, travel with, or personally for me, as an iPad mini wrap to keep it protected, and also conveniently store all the chargers and cables for it too. Plus, there's also a Velcro patch on the outside to really personalize it to yourself. So comment down below if you're one of the very few who picked up one of these OGs. Comment down below Ultim EDC or carbon fiber EDC. But that's it. I rest my Whiteout EDC.